Still here. Can everybody hear me? I think I figured out how to use the chat window. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody can hear me. I hope there are people here. Hello? Nobody here. Oh, two people. There we go. Just let me know who you are in the chat window. Just type something. I wonder if there's a link. There should be a link. I can share the link. Anybody there? Type your questions in the chat box. Do you have any questions for me? There's nobody here. Well, it says there are two people here, so let me know who's there. Look, type your name or your fake name or any name in the comments box and let me know what your questions are. Well, oh, there are three people here. Do you see a live chat box? You can chat with me with ask me your questions. Finding Wendy here. This is a huge experiment if this actually will work. People, great. Just say hi. Let me know if you can see the chat box and yes. Yes, I see it, Bryn. Thanks. Welcome, Bryn, all the way from California. My best friend, Bryn, is online from California. Do you have a question, Bryn? Oh, more people. It says there's 6 people here, but nobody's typing any questions. So what are your questions, everybody? Just a recap. I started at 450 pounds, and today I weigh 222 pounds. So I did go on the scale today to check out my weight, and it seems to be hovering between the 220 and the 224 the whole time. So I'm trying to break the stall that I've had. Another friend said, basically, oh, hello, Wendy. Start with a recap. Muscle, muscle, muscle. Yay. Oh, okay. Recap. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So 450 pounds today, I weigh 222 pounds. I go to the gym 3-4 times a week. And I have been learning that in order to lower your set point, you need to do full muscle training. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to build up more muscle um, because that does lower your set point, raises your metabolism. Because at one point, your body stops losing weight unless you do some crazy cardio. And I'm not interested in doing cardio. So does anybody else have any questions? More questions. It's very difficult to talk to myself if I don't have a question to answer. What I did this week, I was hey Numi, hi. Okay, great. Do you have a question, Numi? Everybody, Numi's online. She's a great example of somebody that has lost a lot of weight. She's well into Wonderland, and the last thing I heard from her, because she hasn't posted in a while, is that she's going to be having plastic surgery. So I'd love to hear about that, because there are quite a few people in the bariatric world that are having skin removal surgery. I definitely need skin removal surgery because my penicular area is basically hanging to my knees. Hey, Wendy. Honeychild761, thanks for coming. Nice to chat with you. I'm amazed by your weight loss. Well, thank you. It's been quite the journey. The bariatric surgery is definitely a great tool, but then after 2 years, it's not a tool anymore. It's at the bottom of your tool chest, and you have to dig deep for motivation, dig deep for making sure you don't get a regain. And Numi says she's going to get her skin removal consultation on Wednesday, which is great. And I highly recommend everybody follow Numi. Although she hasn't posted a video in the last 2 months, but she's well into Wonderland, and I'm very jealous that she is, because I still haven't reached Wonderland. And yet she was up in the high 300s when she started this whole journey. As I started this whole journey at 450 pounds, and my surgery was March 20th, and this coming March 20th will be my two-year surgiversary. And losing 230 pounds is nothing to shit about, for sure. But still, it's always been a great goal to get into Wonderland somehow. My goal weight, I would love to be 175 pounds, but I don't know if that's realistic anymore. So, Bryn from California, she's a violinist, and she's a fantastic violinist. What other types of exercise do you recommend if you don't have the state-of-the-art gym? Talk about your skin removal. How much does your hanging skin weigh? Well, I think my hanging skin in total on my entire body probably weighs at least 30 pounds of hanging skin. And if you don't have access to a gym, I would say the first thing you need to do is go out and order online, if you can't buy them in your local city, is some barbells, some weights. And just put the weights in your bedroom. And every morning when I wake up, before I get dressed, I lift weights. I have a dressing chair that I sit on in my bedroom, and I lift weights. I have 10-pound weights, and I stand up and do squats with my weights. I lift my weights, just basically weights. And then also, if you have access to a staircase, just do stairs. Stairs are a great form of exercise to build your glutes. You do need to target very large muscles. So your muscles in your legs is a good place to start, is stairs. And just go up a stair, down a stair, up a stair, down a stair. And then you can incorporate using your weights as well. If you just go up a stair, do a weight, do your barbells up in the air, and then go down a stair, because those are great exercises. And you can also do exercises with a chair or with your couch, with doing planks. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can use in your house in order to get your heart rate up. But the key is, and I've learned that after all the research I've done, is I heard it takes 3 months for a habit to become a habit. So if you do exercise every day or 5 days a week, and you do this constantly for at least 3 months, then this will become a habit. Just with my vitamins, it's become a habit for me to take my vitamins every morning after I take a shower. And I talked about that. So planks are the worst for me. The LOL, this belly skin is so heavy. It's true. You know, when I'm walking, especially when I walk upstairs, my legs are like hitting against my hanging stomach. And it's just like my legs are twice as heavy because I'm pushing up the weight of my hanging stomach on my thighs. And for sure, that makes it more difficult to do things like planks as well. I'm definitely down the road going to think about having plastic surgery to have the skin on my stomach removed. But because of the multiple surgeries I had on my hip, as many of you know, I had to have 3 surgeries in the same spot. I'm not running to a surgeon anytime soon because I'm afraid of getting an infection. And so that's no fun either. So does anybody have any questions regarding what I eat in the day, or how to continue on after 2 years of maintenance? I don't have 2 years of maintenance, but I am in the maintenance stage right now to make sure I don't get regain. And Newbie says it makes such weird noises when you walk too. It's true. Answer those questions. What questions? What I just did. Recommend exercise if you don't have a state-of-the-art gym, and talk about skin removal and how much does your skin weigh. I did. I think my skin weighs 30 pounds. And here in Ontario, skin removal is, the penicular skin removal is covered by our free healthcare, OHIP system. And yeah, so I'm very interested to hear from Numi how her skin removal process will go. Oh, okay. Okay, what do I eat in a day? Okay, I'll talk about that right now. So right now I'm drinking a coffee. For breakfast, I had a banana. And I'm going to have, for lunch today, I'm going to have a salad. So I made a salad. I make a salad with spinach and some fruit and some nuts. I'm trying to get a little bit away from eating too much meat protein. So I'm trying to incorporate a few more nuts. I do have nuts in the house, which is a new NSV for me, because in the past, if I had nuts in the house, I would just go and get the bag and finish the whole bag of nuts. And as you know, a third of a cup of nuts is over 300 calories. So you have to be sparring with the nuts. And so then I have a salad for lunch, and then for dinner I do have some meat protein. So I bought a whole rotisserie chicken, and then I have about 150 grams of chicken. And again, I have a salad. So I basically eat salad twice a day. And I don't really eat any carbs. Once a week, I do have like half a cup of rice. And then, but I don't eat potatoes. And I don't eat much more than half a cup of rice a week. And other carbs, like, oh God, what's another carb? So you have potatoes and, oh, pasta. I haven't had pasta in 2 years. I don't eat pasta. It's has zero nutrients in it. So why bother filling up your stomach with anything that has no nutrients? And how do you deal with cravings? My husband brings snacks into the house that is constantly calling my name. Oh yeah, cravings. Yeah. So yesterday I was bad. I was at a concert and I bought a little bag of smart food. So the one bag has 30 grams of carbs and has 250 calories. So yeah, carbs do call my name for sure. But the thing about eating carbs is that once you do eat carbs, you want to eat more carbs. So it's like crack. It's like, oh, I have to have more. I have to have more. So I can imagine it's very difficult to be living with someone where their snacks are in the house for them. Sorry, I have to blow my nose here. But yeah, that's another thing that I still have 2 years down the road after surgery. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, but my nose starts running after I eat. And I've heard a lot of people in the bariatric world that have this similar thing, that their nose starts running after they eat. So I'm constantly blowing my nose after I eat. But yeah, so and then late night snack is that I usually have a protein bar. So I try to stick around 800 to 1,000 calories. And on days that I'm working out at the gym, I know that I've burned 300 calories, 300 to 500 calories. Then I do up my calorie for that day because you need to feed your body when you're working at the gym. So on days that I don't work out at the gym, I'm at about 800 to 1,000 calories. And the days that I do work out at the gym, I'm at 1,500 calories. So bread. After 3 weeks, I had no more cravings. Getting off the sugar and grains, carbs is definitely like quitting cigarettes. For sure, for sure. Yeah, I have one slice of bread about once every 3 weeks. And that's kind of like a treat for me. And usually I have like peanut butter on my bread, or I buy some meat like prosciutto. I love prosciutto. Oh, Numi's going. Okay, Numi, thanks so much for joining us. Need to get back to work already. Glad you caught up even a few. We'll catch up later if you keep this up. Working till 4. No, I'm not going to be online till 4. I think I'm only going to be online till 2. Bye, Numi. Thanks for coming. And Numi, by the way, lives way up north in Perry Sound. And so I'm sure they have lots more snow than we do here in Toronto. But we got a blast of snow this week, and it's warming up. Yesterday and the day before, it went down to like minus 13. And today we're at 0, which is great. 0 degrees. So it's a little bit warmer, but not as nice and warm as it is in California, right, Bryn? So does anybody else have any questions about my journey and about the actual bariatric surgery, or any questions? Just let me know. It says my computer says there are 5 people online, so I've only heard from 3. So does anybody else have any questions they want to discuss with them, or? Oh, it's cold in California. It's only 53 degrees in California. Honey Child, I'm south of Peterborough in a small town. So Peterborough is the canoe capital of Canada that many people probably don't know. But yeah, I heard that part of the province also got hit pretty bad with a lot of snow. They got a lot of snow up in Montreal and a lot of snow in Quebec, but I'm not here to tell you the weather. I'm here to talk about bariatric surgery and my journey. So, all right, well, I'll just do some more recaps and talk about some more information that I learned. Yesterday, my niece was here, Caroline, and we did a video, which I'm going to be posting next week. So a pre-recorded video about diabetes. So for anybody out there that has type 2 or type 1 diabetes, we talk about the role of insulin in the body and the role of your glycemic index. And that's a new thing that I'm also learning about. It's not so much your carbs that spike your insulin levels, but it's your glycemic index that is very influential on your insulin. So this book that I'm reading at the moment, still haven't finished it, about the role of insulin in the body, and that insulin directly affects your hormones, which directly affects your weight. So yeah, it's an incredible, intricate thing, our human body. And Honeychild says I had RNY 2 years out, May 14th. So Honeychild, what are some of your challenges as far as weight regain? Have you kept the weight off? How much weight have you lost in total? What was your surgery weight? And what are you today? And yeah, I mean, I would say I'd say the biggest challenge that we have being here in Canada is that we can't go out for a walk unless you put on your polar clothes, like your really warm coat and hats and gloves, and routine. Routine is very important. How important is routine? Says Bryn from California, violinist. Routine's really important. I think we have to think like a dog. I have a wonderful little dog, Lucy, and her routine every morning, if it's not the same, she gets really upset. So I think our bodies can become upset too if we don't stick to routine. And being a trained professional musician, I think that routine was the key to my musical success when I was studying in Amsterdam, because I woke up every morning at 7 a.m. And the first thing I did after I got ready and had some breakfast was go to the conservatory and start practicing. And I did it 7 days a week. And I would practice at the conservatory 5 hours a day, not 5 hours straight, but I would do an hour, then I would take a break, and then I'd do another hour and take a break. But I did this every day, 5 hours a day. And with the routine of being a musician and learning how to be disciplined, I would say the important part about it is having a goal. If you have a realistic goal of what you want to achieve. Now, there are things out there like Diet Bet. I don't know if anybody has signed up for Diet Bet. It's kind of neat because you basically pay to lose weight and you get paid if you lose weight. And that's a great incentive if that helps you as far as incentive is concerned. My incentive right now, my big incentive is working out more at the gym and actually building more muscle. There's a woman that I discovered on Instagram, and I can look up her name in a minute, who has 70 years old, and her name's Joan, I think. Joan something on Instagram. Anyway, she is a great role model as far as changing your life, even at 70 years old. She was like 50 pounds or 75 pounds overweight, and she started going to the gym at 70, and now she has a body like a bodybuilder. I don't want to become a bodybuilder, but I know that her body is burning a lot of calories, and her metabolism is way up because she has built up so much muscle. So just because you're 60, and I've learned that now, it was like an excuse for me that, oh, I'm too old to build muscle. It's not true. She's proven that it's not true. So anyways, the point is that I want to make is that I definitely, because I like going to the gym and I like doing bodybuilding and I like using the machines, that I'll just keep on doing it. Do you have GERD? So S. Singh, welcome S. Singh. I don't know what GERD is. So Honeychild says that her highest weight was 385, surgery weight is 363. So you're very close to me because my surgery weight was 375. Your current weight's 258. Okay, that's great. Would love to get below 200 as well. Current challenges are curbing my cravings and making better food choices and becoming more active exercising. Hi, Sing. Hi. What is GERD? Can you? I don't know what GERD is. Oh, heartburn. Heartburn. Okay. Yeah, there's some things that trigger heartburn for me for sure, but I don't think I have GERD. I know that after my surgery, I was given a medication that I have to take to curtail any kind of acid reflux. But there's certain foods that trigger acid reflux for me, like of all things, chai tea. Chai tea gives me acid reflux, so it might be the spices that are in chai tea because I had some chai tea yesterday and at the concert, and right afterwards I got heartburn. So I'm still taking some Tums about once or twice a week, and I'm just trying to figure out what foods give me heartburn. But it's certainly not as bad as it was when I weighed 450 pounds. Then I was popping Tums like chocolate every day. Okay, so Honey Child says I had GERD prior to surgery, but none post surgery. Yeah, so I think I'm the same. I'm pretty well the same. I made it late, but made it. Gail Ford, hello. Yeah. Numi unfortunately has left. She popped in during her break. She's at work, so Numi has left. But thanks for joining us, Gail. It's great to meet you. Oh, Gail, just tell everybody where you're from in the world and. We have Bryn from California and Sing. Where are you from, actually? And Honey Child is from just outside of Peterborough. So if you have any questions, awesome. Your journey is amazing and has made my decision for sleeve. No more MY for me. You're amazing. Oh, Sing is from Scarborough. Okay, Scarberia. Yeah, I grew up in North York, and we always made jokes about people that live in Scarborough. Like, don't forget your Scarborough suitcase, and let's go hang out at a power field. A Scarborough suitcase is a box of beer. Okay, Gail lives in Hamilton. Love watching Wendy weekly, inspirational. Well, thank you, Gail. That's so nice. Yes, common jokes. I know. I know. Well, speaking of Scarborough, Mike Myers is from Scarborough, and he wrote this great book. It's called My Canada or Oh Canada. I highly recommend you read it. It's hilarious. It's about growing up in Scarborough in the 70s. And so there's a lot of fun facts if you grew up in the 70s, which I did. Having my coffee. After my surgery, speaking of coffee, I drank only decaffeinated coffee for about 3 months. And then I got the okay from my nutritionist that I was able to drink regular coffee. I learned something yesterday. My trainer, I used to have a private trainer. Her name's Sylvie, and I can post a link to her Instagram page. She said something really interesting about gum, because that's basically what I've been doing a lot. When I feel like I'm hungry and I feel like I'm going to eat something I shouldn't eat, I eat gum. And she said eating gum is actually pretty bad, because what it does is it tricks your stomach and your brain and your hormones and everything else into thinking that it's getting food, which starts your process of your stomach enzymes and things like that. But it leads to bloating, which I didn't know. So water retention, because when you're chewing gum, you're also creating your saliva while you're chewing gum. And so that saliva is triggering your brain to think it's getting food, and it doesn't get food. So it's linked to bloating, which I didn't know, because my trainer has a degree in kinesiology, very smart lady. And so I know that a lot of people have heard that they're not allowed to chew gum after surgery, and especially RNY patients. But basically the reason why they say that is because if you swallow the gum by accident, that is hugely bad for any RNY patients because you basically need surgery to get the gum removed because it doesn't digest and goes into your body and it doesn't digest. I mean, as a slave, I still have a system that digests food, but I've never in my life swallowed gum. So, yeah, Gail says that she goes through a lot of gum and she has to wean herself off XL bubble gum. The thing about gum and reading the packages is that there are carbs in gum as well, but also my friend Bryn in California, she always says if you're going to chew gum, you need to chew this gum that doesn't have sorbitol in it. I can't remember what it's called. She always says that make sure you chew this type of gum if you're going to chew gum because the alcohol sugars from sweeteners also affect your digestive system. You don't actually gain weight from chewing gum, but you're tricking your body to think it's getting food, and then also all the enzymes, all the hormones start working. Oh, Pure and Sprite, that's right. That's pure gum. But you know what? Singh says, my surgeon said I was healthy to do either VSG or RNY. You mean chewing gum, I guess? The way I see it, if I chew gum instead of binging on a bag of popcorn, I choose gum. I don't want to have regain. It is, a very delicate balance, the chemical reactions to your body to food. How do you react to any kind of inflammatory foods? What I learned yesterday from my niece Caroline is that dried apricots are very low, have a low glycemic, are low on the glycemic index. So even though apricots are sweet and have sugar, but they are low on the glycemic index, so will not affect your insulin level. Yeah, lesser of the two evils for sure. For sure, lesser of the two evils. It's all about fixing this. It's about fixing this. And I must admit, by going to the gym and working out, that it does help with my feeling good. It makes you feel good after you've gone to the gym, so it helps you feel healthier, so to speak. But it also gives me strength. It's like a little high. It's like a little chemical high after you work out at the gym. And when I started going to the gym 10 years ago, I lost a lot of weight, just diet and exercise 10 years ago. I hired a private trainer. I just got I'll answer your question in a minute, Bryn. I just got an inheritance, and so part of that inheritance went to paying for a private trainer for a year, which cost me $5,000. Oh, the days I had money. Anyways, I went in kicking and screaming. I didn't want to go to the gym every day, 5 days a week. I went 5 days a week to the gym, and I went late at night. And I find that at that time, going between 9 and 12, 9 p.m. and 12 midnight is the snacking hour. You know, the snacking hour where you sit behind the TV and start snacking while you're watching TV. And so I went to the gym. And indeed, it took me about 3 months before it started becoming a habit and I started really enjoying it. And the accountability, she weighed me once a week at the gym. So, Bryn, I do not have a gym here. I do have a few weights, and I am using gentle strength and stretch yoga using my own body weight. It is amazing. That's great. That's, start with something. Start with something. Wendy, do you drink protein drinks or eat protein bars regularly? I know I do, and my nutritionist wasn't happy. Okay, so I do have Premier protein drinks in my fridge, but they're kind of getting old. And the thing I notice about the Premier protein drinks is that the older they get, the thicker they get. So it's almost like drinking pudding, but they haven't gone bad yet. But I only have 3 left, and I haven't bought any Premier protein in at least 6 months. So the answer to your question is I eat protein bars regularly at night. And they're kind of like my sweet Mars bar or my sweet Snickers bar is basically the way I go as far as adding extra protein to my diet. So Honeychild says, I still drink protein shakes if I'm in a rush, going somewhere, or haven't eaten enough protein. Yeah. You know, this whole protein thing, like we were like stuffed with information after our surgery. Make sure you eat protein. Make sure you eat protein. And I've been watching quite a few videos from Dr. Weiner where he's saying that like 2 years out, you don't need to concentrate as much on eating protein. You need to concentrate on eating fruits, vegetables, and nuts. And so I don't really know if I don't reach my protein level. Like I eat between 80 and 100 grams of protein a day, and I track it on my app on my phone. I have an app that's called My Net Diary, and every day I track. I don't know if you can see it here. So I track what I eat, and I track what my carbs are, and I track. So here's like a diagram. So here I had 162 grams of carbs on Thursday. I had 67 grams of protein and 28 grams of fat. So the reason why I had so many carbs that day, and a friend of mine, Stacy, she suggested I carb up for a day because my scale was stuck, and then it went up because I was 221, and then I was up to 224, and I couldn't figure out why. And she said, well, eat a carb full day. So I had 2 slices of brown bread. I had half a cup of rice, and I actually had a chocolate bar, which is 24 grams of carbs. A small Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate bar that's 224 calories. And that equaled 162 grams of carbs. And the next day I went on the scale. Actually, 2 days later, I went on the scale, and I went from 224 to 222. So the carb thing worked. So also, and I've heard that before with other people, is that if you change up your diet and don't stick to the same thing, that you have a rest day from the gym, or you have a day where you eat more than 150 grams of carbs, and then the next day you starve your body of carbs. That will also help. So sorry, I missed some of the notes here. We'll go back. Protein drinks. So we touched on that. I still drink protein drinks when I'm in a rush. I just eat protein bars, and I eat a chocolate bar treat as well at night. Yeah, I have a Cadbury chocolate. I love the Cadbury chocolate. There's nothing in it, just plain chocolate. I am definitely a chocoholic. I cannot get away from eating chocolate, for sure. Greek yogurt. I have Greek yogurt all the time. Can't wait until I come to California. Yes, I'm coming to California in April for Easter. And I'm going to see my friend Bryn perform with her fantastic group called Cafe Musique, which I highly recommend you check out their website. And we're going to go for a walk, and we're going to play some music. And yes, I love you too, Bryn. And Gail Ford, what do you have here? I have heard a calorie confusion. I tend to look at my overall calories in a week, but then they swing wildly from day to day. And 2 years plus 2 months out of VSG, and I'm still very slowly moving. Getting a dry throat here. Yeah, so definitely the bariatric honeymoon. It's tough. I mean, you are like right after surgery, you are losing like a pound a day, which is amazing. And you don't realize the reason why you're losing a pound a day is because you're not eating very much. You're eating, and I look back at my calorie tracking, and I track my calories right from day one after my surgery. And for the first 3 months after surgery, you're only eating about 600 calories a day, 600 to 800 calories a day. So you're not eating very much. So the reason why you lose so much weight is because you're not eating very much. And now, 2 years out, I feel like I haven't had the surgery, actually. It just feels like I haven't even had the surgery, because my portions are back to really big portions. I can eat a huge plate of salad now. And in the beginning, I couldn't eat like a cup of food. And now I can have way more food. And I can eat way more rice. I can just generally eat way more. And that is concerning. So you have your first 2 years after your surgery, well, your first year actually after surgery, to really get into a habit of eating small portions and sticking to eating small portions. Yeah. So Gail says, I feel no restriction now. I can eat a ton, and should I allow myself? Yep, there is where most of us end up. From Diminishing Dawn. Hi, Diminishing Dawn. Thanks for coming. Yep, this is where most of us end up. This is the part that begins the real challenge for sure. And then Honey says, I never lost huge amounts after surgery. Definitely a turtle, not a hair. Yeah. Yeah, this is like, I think that the biggest part of, I'm a member, I had my surgery at Toronto Western Hospital, and they have twice a month, they have a bariatric meeting, but they never really talk about the maintenance stage. They never really talk about people that are in their 2-year plus stage. They always talk about what happens right after surgery with the newbies. So I don't go to those meetings anymore, because they're very repetitive. And there are a couple of new Facebook groups that have popped up. One of them is called Canada Regain, Bariatric Regain, I think. So I think that there's like a whole new world, a whole new group of people that are in the stage of maintenance and making sure you don't regain. But some of them are still not at the goal that they want to be, like myself. I want to be at 175, and I'm at 222. And I've been at 222 for months, because I had my hip replacement surgery in September, in August and September. And I actually went down, when I came out of the hospital, I was actually even down to 215. But since then, I've been around 220, 223, 224, and then back to 221. And I can't seem to get under 220, no matter what I do. So this may be my set point weight, because when I weighed like between 350 and 450 pounds, no matter what I ate, I never really gained weight, but I stayed at 350 pounds back when oh my God, my throat's killing me. Yeah. Elaine, thank you. Thank you for what? Just a sec. I want to get some water. I'm just going to get my water bottle filled up. I'll be right back. I'm right here. Okay, I'm back. I was getting a really dry throat. I don't know why. When you're doing so much talking, because I've been talking for 44 minutes so far. Diminishing Dawn. Yes, this is where most of us end up. This is the part that begins the real challenge for sure. Yeah, so maintenance. Motivation. My big motivation or what helps is this Finding Wendy channel for sure. So every week I post a video. I look back at the videos that I did post over the last 2 years for inspiration. Because accountability, when you put your life live on YouTube, that's your accountability for sure. Well, Honeychild writes, you know how long it takes for your body to adjust to a new lower set point. Well, there's a video that I watched from Dr. Weiner, and apparently what happens is that the lower set point happens actually right after your surgery. So you go to sleep in the operating room, think your body thinking it's 450 pounds or 375 pounds. And when you wake up, your body thinks it's 220 pounds. So that's basically what I heard from Dr. Weiner. Now, you know, there are a lot of professionals that are out there that are telling their opinions. I think there's another bariatric surgeon who also has a YouTube channel. He's Asian American. I can't remember his name, but he says some pretty controversial stuff too. So you don't know who to believe. I tend to want to believe a medical professional like a surgeon who's a bariatric surgeon who's had a lot of experience with watching his own bariatric patients and how they succeed or don't succeed. The one surgeon I don't believe a word of is Dr. Nazoudin. You know, my 600-pound life series on TLC. He is a quack as far as I'm concerned. That show is just a bunch of hogwash because I feel so sorry for these over 600. Oh yes, Dr. Vong. Yes, Dr. Vong. He says some pretty controversial stuff. I do enjoy his green smoothies. I do make green smoothies, but in general, Dr. Vaughn also says some pretty crazy stuff, pretty controversial stuff. You know, there's a video that I watched about, he says, there's no point of going and doing any exercises after your surgery. Well, I think that's bullshit. Because yes, you do need to wait about 6 months before you do any kind of exercises after surgery. But surgery, you don't lose weight from surgery. Yes, he does say that in the video. And everybody says that. You do not lose weight from surgery, from going to the gym. Sorry, you do not lose weight from going to the gym. It's true. But you do lower your set point from doing weight training. And your set point is your metabolism, and that your body is burning while sitting because you have muscles. So it's a big experiment for me that I'm going to the gym and trying to do a lot of muscle strengthening exercises. And that I would say a year from now, if I keep this, when I keep this up, not if, when I keep this up, a year from now will show whether or not doing more muscle exercises at the gym helps me lower my set weight. Yeah. Dr. Weiner. He has a fantastic YouTube channel and a lot of great, interesting videos. And he also has a book that he wrote about what to eat. Vegetables, fruit, and nuts are basically what we as humans should eat anyway, and not so much meat. And the less meat we eat, the better for the environment. So, you know, there's a lot of vegetarians and vegans out there now. And like I mentioned, next week, I'm going to be talking about vegan recipes if you're a diabetic with my niece. Because she was a vegan. Now she's a vegetarian again, but she was a vegan for 6 years. And she is a type 1 diabetic. And so I'll be posting that video next week in my Finding Wendy series. Elaine, how did you fit going to the gym into your busy schedule? Yeah. So I have 2 jobs. I work during the day here at home for the Mississauga Symphony. I am a development officer and marketing manager of the Mississauga Symphony. And then at night, I leave here at 4:30. I pack my dinner. I pre-make my dinner. Usually it's chicken and salad, and I bring it with me to work. And I work from 4:30 till 9:30 at the Canadian Opera Company calling center in sales and acquisitions. So basically, what I do is I try to do all my work for the Mississauga Symphony before 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. And then I go to the gym in the afternoon. And actually, the gym in the afternoon, I go to Planet Fitness, and the Planet Fitness is only a block away from my house. And the gym is quite empty in the afternoons. So I never have to wait for a machine. And I work out for an hour and a half at the gym. I take my time and I do cardio and I do weight training for an hour and a half at the gym. And usually I switch up. On one day, I do upper body weight training, and on the second day, I do lower body weight training. So I switch the two up every other day. And as a matter of fact, after this video, and by the way, we're just going to go another 10 minutes, just till 2 o'clock, that after this video, I will eat some lunch, and I will go to the gym. So I'll go to the gym this afternoon because it stopped snowing, the roads are clear, and it's okay for me to go there. So yeah, that's how I fit going to the gym into my busy schedule. So if you work from 9 to 5, go to the gym at night if you can, after dinner. Or go before dinner and have dinner when you get home. If you can find 2 hours to sit on the couch, you can find 2 hours to go to the gym. You can find 2 hours to binge watch a program on TV, on Netflix. I mean, I have 5 streaming channels, which is ridiculous. I have a lot of TV that's waiting for me to see, but I recognize that my addiction really comes through when I watch TV. Because when I watch TV, I want a snack. And that's when I chew gum. But when you're going to the gym, I have some great noise canceling headphones that I wear, listen to some great poppy tunes, and go to the gym for 2 hours. And then those 2 hours, I did not snack, which is great. Anybody else have any more questions? Let me know what your questions are. I'm going to be going to the upcoming conference in Markham. There's the Central Ontario WLS is having a conference in May, and I'm going to go to that. I'd love to go to the big conference in Las Vegas. That's in April, but I'm going to California in April, and so I can't do both. Unfortunately, I missed the conference in Vegas just by 5 days because I'm going to be in California until the 13th of April, and the conference is the 15th to the 18th of April in Las Vegas. So, but it will be again next year, and I'd love to visit one of these conferences and meet other people, but also hear other people's experiences about their maintenance stage, because that's where we are right now. That's where I am now, in the maintenance stage, and trying to get my set point lower, because the bariatric honeymoon is long over. What are your thoughts on converting to bypass? Yeah, it's something that I've thought about as well. So there are sleeve patients out there, and my surgeon actually spoke to me about it in my first surgical meeting with him. He says, we're going to do VSG on you because you are so large. The VSG it just takes shorter amount of time to do on the operating table than Roux-en-Y bypass. I think what I'm going to do, like for now, it's on the back burner for sure, the bypass, because indeed you can go to sleep in the operating room weighing 222 pounds and wake up, your body thinks when you wake up, it's 175 pounds. Yes, it's very attractive, but I must admit that I'm a little bit afraid of the fact that you are definitely malabsorbent for the rest of your life. At least with my sleeve, I am absorbing nutrients. But with Roux-en-Y, you really have to watch out very, very carefully. Dumping syndrome, I've never experienced. Hi, Jody F. Welcome. Thanks for coming. I'm really glad you're here. If you have a question, Jody, let us know. You can take a look at the comments and you can see what sort of questions were already asked. But bypass is certainly something that's on the back burner. I actually met somebody at our Toronto Western Hospital support group meeting who had VSG and is now going to have bypass. I have these water bottles all over my house. So I'm constantly drinking water all day long and constantly running to the bathroom. But I find I drink more water if it's a straw type water bottle. My favorite snack. My favorite snack is a protein bar. I cannot. I mean, it's the closest thing to a chocolate bar. That's my favorite snack, a protein bar. But I only have a protein bar late at night when I'm watching TV. That's my snack. And there's lots of other stuff I'd love to have, but I don't want to go down that road because of my addiction issues. And once a food addict, always a food addict. Once a chocoholic, always a chocoholic.
It's 2 o'clock.
Uh-oh, it's 2 o'clock. My computer says it's 2 o'clock. So I'm going to be stopping this stream very soon, but does anybody else have any more questions? Let me know. Gail, okay. Love them. Quest or Hydro Cut taste exactly like chocolate bars. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks for your social channels. I learn a lot and expand my thinking. Well, I would suggest you look back at all my videos, but also look at some other bariatric people. Like right now, there's one woman who just had plastic surgery, who I follow, and she actually posted like right after she had her surgery in Mexico, an American. So she, as you know, plastic surgery in America is not covered in any way. And so she ended up going to Mexico, and it looks like it was a fantastic clinic and a fantastic post-surgical follow-up. So she seems to be doing okay. Gail, thank you, Wendy. All the best with your continued success. Let's all motivate one another and inspire. We are so lucky to have had this chance to regain our health. For sure. I was thinking about it yesterday. You know, I went to a concert yesterday. I just walked down to the car. No big deal. Drive to the theater. You know, when I weighed 450 pounds, I was so big I could not fit in my van anymore. I couldn't drive. And now, and walking from my apartment, I live here in an apartment in downtown Toronto, right across from Maple Leaf Gardens. Just walking from my house, my front door to the elevator was a huge effort. I was out of breath. And I was just thinking about that yesterday, that I feel so lucky that I had been given this fantastic tool that has given me the opportunity to lose so much weight without really a big effort. And that's the really cool thing about bariatric surgery, because all of us have done diet and exercise. And I'm at the diet and exercise point once again. You know, I know it's not a diet. Diet is a 4-letter word, but it's a lifestyle change. The greatest thing that's happened with this bariatric surgery is that I have learned how to love salad and fruit again. I didn't have fruit in my house, I think, for 5 years. I didn't have salad in my house for 5 years. The closest thing to salad I ate was potato salad. you know, so regaining a taste for fruit and salad is amazing. It's fantastic, and you do get a lot of satisfaction from eating a big giant salad. So I have this salad place across the street. Every now and then, as a treat, I buy a Cobb salad, but they now have a keto Cobb salad, which I know is lower in carbs. So I have a keto Cobb salad, which is great. Gail writes, I can relate to that, Wendy, and not a day goes by that I still do not appreciate all the usual things everyone else can do. Yeah, it's crazy. Like for me, also the walking. I'm still walking with a cane outside, but in the house, I don't walk with a cane anymore, and that's because of the new hip. Um, but the one thing that I think that I still am walking willing and hoping I can walk for like huge lengths of time. I want to be able to walk from my house to my work down. Lucy, quiet. I want to be able to walk from my house to my work at the Canadian Opera Company, which is approximately 1.3 kilometers. It's not far, but it's hugely far for somebody who used to weigh 450 pounds and also has a new hip. So my glutes and my solar plexus are not working properly yet. And that's basically damage from the multiple surgeries I had on my hip, but also my back. I have osteoarthritis in my back. So, you know, I'm trying to straighten myself when I walk because I was so hunched over. You know, that's another thing. When you weigh 450 pounds, your weight is pulling you down, gravity. So you get like a hunched back. So I'm trying to straighten it when I walk as well. So I think that's about it. We've gone well over an hour now, and I think that it's fun. It's wonderful that you're all here. Do you like this format? Do you want me to do a live transmission maybe again in a month or 2 months? And then I continue on with my weekly Finding Wendy videos. But do you like it that I do live? You know, let me know if live is a great other option for the Finding Wendy channel. Certainly a lot less editing for me, because when I make a Finding Wendy video, it might be only 20 minutes, but it takes me up to 3 to 4 hours to edit the video after I've made the video before I upload it to YouTube, because I use a lot of editing tools like iMovie and Keynote on my MacBook Air here. Honey Child says, thanks for doing this live chat, Wendy. You should do it again soon. You enjoy watching my videos. Well, I'm really glad you enjoy it. And, you know, I thought maybe that my YouTube channel could become monetized, but no way. There's no way. Even if I had 100,000 followers, I think YouTube would send me a check of $50, you know, so it's not as attractive anymore as far as monetizing my YouTube channel. So I'm just there for you guys. I'm there for myself, and it's all about accountability. And thank you, Gail, for saying you love the live chat, and well done. And accountability, guys. We're all there to hug each other. We're all there in the same boat to make sure we don't have a regain because of the double stigmatized feeling you get, because you feel horrible. I mean, I have done a lot of orchestral auditions in my younger years, and you feel horrible. You work so hard and you don't get the job done. So you work so hard in losing weight, and then you regain the weight. It feels horrible. And especially if you're a very public person and you've told absolutely everybody that you've had bariatric surgery, and then you end up regaining weight after you've had the bariatric surgery, it's like a huge, what have I done? You know, why did I do that? What happened? Why can't I be strong? And we have to treat it like addiction, and you have to incorporate new habits. And those habits have to become a permanent habit for the rest of your life. So I have come to terms with the fact that I have to permanently go to the gym the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that. You really feel judged then. Yes, it's true. You feel totally judged if you regain weight. And, the bariatric Superman, he's getting married. I don't know if anybody has followed him. I forget his name, but him and his wife both have regained weight after they lost because they let themselves go. And I hadn't seen them on Facebook or anything for quite a few months. And then they came back. They announced they're getting married, and they publicly told everybody that they regained weight and they're back on track. It's really, really difficult to lose weight after 2 years. So if you start regaining weight after 2 years, it's way harder to lose the weight than it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months after your surgery. It's really, really hard. So that's why you have to stick to not fucking it up, basically. So anyways, I'm going to go now. It's been an hour and 5 minutes. Thanks, everybody, for joining me at Findingwendy. And hopefully you're going to have a great day. I'm going to go to the gym, have some lunch, and go to the gym. I'm going to have, what am I going to have? I'm going to have a smoothie. I'm going to make myself a green smoothie and then go to the gym. So thanks again for joining me today. And tune in next week. Next week, Sunday, I'll post my video. And, we'll keep on going with the conversation. And if you have more comments that you want to add, that'd be great. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Bye.